Iran has hit back after Israel revealed Netanyahu's secret Abu Dhabi visit. Abbas Araghchi has dropped a shock claim that Iran may already have known about Netanyahu's UAE trip. Netanyahu's reported Abu Dhabi visit is now raising questions over why Iran kept striking the UAE. Iran has warned that those who collude with Israel will face consequences, even as the UAE denies the visit. The United Arab Emirates has denied claims that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu secretly visited Abu Dhabi during the Iran conflict. The denial came after Netanyahu's office claimed he held a confidential wartime meeting with senior UAE leadership. UAE state media rejected suggestions that relations with Israel involved hidden meetings or secret diplomatic arrangements. UAE statement read, and I quote, "Its relations with Israel are public and were established within the framework of the well-known and publicly declared Abraham Accords. These relations are not based on secrecy or clandestine arrangements. Therefore, any claims regarding undisclosed visits or arrangements are baseless unless issued by the relevant official authorities in the UAE." Unquote. Abu Dhabi insisted its ties with Israel remain publicly established under the Abraham Accords signed with US backing. However, Netanyahu's office claimed he met Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan during a secret March 26 visit. Israeli officials described the alleged meeting as a historic breakthrough in relations between Israel and the UAE amid regional tensions. Meanwhile, Netanyahu's former spokesman publicly insisted the Israeli leader's version of events was completely true. Ziv Agman said, and I quote, "As someone who knows the United Arab Emirates well and accompanied the Prime Minister on the historic trip, I can say the Prime Minister was received in Abu Dhabi with the honor of kings. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, his family members, and dignitaries warmly welcomed the Prime Minister of Israel. The Sheikh personally drove the Prime Minister in his own car from the plane to the palace. The things concluded during this visit will be talked about for generations. A great success." Unquote. The developments followed waves of Iranian missile and drone attacks targeting Gulf states after US and Israeli strikes on Iran triggered a wider regional confrontation. Abbas Araghchi slammed the UAE after Benjamin Netanyahu revealed details of his alleged wartime visit during the Iran conflict. Araghchi warned that any Gulf state assisting Israel during attacks on Iran would face consequences and called such actions unforgivable for Tehran. Abbas Araghchi said, and I quote, "Netanyahu has now publicly revealed what Iran's security services long ago conveyed to our leadership. Enmity with the great people of Iran is a foolish gamble. Collusion with Israel in doing so, unforgivable. Those colluding with Israel to sow division will be held to account." Unquote. The remarks came as fresh reports claimed the UAE carried out covert strikes against Iranian targets during the US-Israel war, further escalating tensions between Tehran and Abu Dhabi. The UAE reportedly carried out direct military strikes on Iran without publicly acknowledging them, according to a Wall Street Journal report citing people familiar with the matter. The report says the UAE became an active combatant in a war in which Iran had also made it one of its biggest targets. The Wall Street Journal published the revelation on May 11th. Attributing it to sources familiar with the matter. The report also said the UAE's military is equipped with Western-made fighter jets and surveillance networks that enabled such operations. One reported target was a refinery on Iran's Lavin Island, according to the Wall Street Journal's account. That refinery strike reportedly took place in early April and sparked a large fire at the site. The damage reportedly knocked much of the refinery's capacity offline for months. Lavin Island sits in the Persian Gulf, making any strike there strategically and politically sensitive. H.A. Hellier said, and I quote, "The Emiratis made it clear early on that they didn't want this war, but it's also clear that since the first Iranian strikes on the UAE took place, Abu Dhabi's been quite transparent that they see the regional picture as having changed dramatically. Abu Dhabi hasn't confirmed what they have targeted, or even if they have targeted, but from the early days of the war it seemed only a matter of time before we saw increased kinetic involvement of different Gulf states in the war." Unquote. If confirmed, the move would mark a significant shift by the UAE toward more direct use of force in regional conflicts. The timing is also notable because the strike was said to have occurred near the period of a declared ceasefire. The Wall Street Journal reported that the attack happened around the time Trump was announcing a ceasefire in the Iran war. The revelation underlines just how fragile the ceasefire has become, as US-Iran peace efforts remain stuck in deadlock. Axios reports that Israel secretly deployed an Iron Dome battery and IDF troops to operate it on UAE territory early in the Iran war. 2 Israeli officials and 1 US official told Axios this was the first time Iron Dome and its crews had ever been deployed abroad to defend a third country. That move marked the first ever Iron Dome deployment outside Israel and the US, turning the Emirati desert into a live testbed for Israel's flagship shield. One Israeli official said the UAE-based battery intercepted dozens of Iranian missiles aimed at Emirati targets, adding another layer to the Gulf's defense. The system was reportedly run by IDF personnel stationed on UAE soil, meaning Israeli soldiers were directly defending a Gulf monarch's airspace for the first time. Officials say the deployment was greenlit after a direct call between Benjamin Netanyahu and UAE President Mohamed bin Zayed, sealing the deal leader to leader. It was not just the famous Iron Dome batteries that went to the UAE. A new report says Israel also shipped a cutting-edge iron beam laser shield during Iran's massive strike. According to reporting cited from the Financial Times, Israel sent a version of its Iron Beam laser defense system to the UAE to help counter incoming Iranian drones and rockets. The system is designed to fire high-energy laser beams that vaporize short-range rockets, mortars, and drones before they can reach cities, bases, or critical infrastructure. This deployment is described as one of the first major wartime defense links between Israel and the UAE since they normalized ties under the Abraham Accords. One regional official told reporters that the move showed the value of being Israel's friend when a conflict erupts and missile sirens start to wail. Sources quoted by the Financial Times say the systems sent to the UAE were not part of Israel's fully integrated home air defense grid, underscoring how experimental some of the kit still is. One source described the process as taking systems off the bench and effectively handing them over for Emirati crews to operate under Israeli guidance. The report notes that Iron Beam itself was among the prototype systems rushed into active use, turning the Iran war into a live proving ground for directed energy weapons. Before the UAE deployment, Israel had already tested Iron Beam against Hezbollah rockets and drones fired from Lebanon, showcasing clips of laser shots on state-linked channels. Alongside Iron Beam, Israel reportedly deployed an advanced lightweight surveillance suite dubbed Spectro to help watch Emirati skies. Spectro is designed to spot and track incoming drones from up to about 20 kilometers away, giving defenders critical extra seconds to react. Officials have highlighted its role in detecting Iranian Shahd-type loitering drones heading towards the UAE, feeding targeting data to other air defense assets. These revelations come amid growing speculation about just how deep the UAE-Israel defense relationship has become, far beyond the public photos of leaders shaking hands.